So this is a demonstration video of a flute by Pearson, who was ostensibly a London maker, but in fact was only a dealer. And it's actually thought that most of the flutes that are stamped with Pearson, and particularly the ones that have the I think it's 89 Bishopsgate without address, were probably made at the 25 Villiers Street workshop, where Wilde and Ingram and Willis and various other great makers worked. This flute to me, and it's in a nice regional case here with rosewood veneer, it strikes me that this is a flute by Wilde. I think it has his stamp all over it, really, you know, in terms of the style of the key work and everything, you know. But it's one of the things about it is that it is for a flute of its period, it doesn't require a huge extension of the embouchure to be able to play in modern pitch, which is a really great advantage for trad players or people who are wanting to play in modern pitch. So the other thing about it, it's otherwise it's a fairly standard 8-keyed English, probably mid 19th century flute. Probably, I don't know, but I suppose you could throw in 1840 as a sort of ballpark date. One of the things I find about it though is that apart from the fact that the slide doesn't have to be very far out, the internal tuning is really excellent, particularly between the one of the great bugbears of the conical flute, the fingering or the pitch difference between C natural and C sharp. This is one of the closest I've ever seen actually in terms of that, and the scale in general is very good and doesn't tend to suffer from the usual things like flat foot and low F sharp and sharp A and so on, you know. So it's actually a very nice flute. In particular, the bottom end of it is absolutely beautiful. And the second and third octaves aren't too shabby either, in fact. So I was looking at the potential, particularly as I said, I really loved the low C. I think this is one of the finest flutes, 19th century flutes I've played with regards to the bottom end, you know, and it's easily the equivalent of any roodle that I've played. I could actually pick up a roodle here now and play it, and I think that you would almost prefer this. It's got what might be called small holes, not tiny holes, maybe medium holes, I suppose. But it is a really nice instrument. So as I said, I was playing around with the low notes on it, and in order to sort of demonstrate it, I came up with a jig which I'm going to call, in honour of where the flute, or where we think the flute was made, I'm going to call it Villiers Street. So